Hi guys, this is George back here with another vlog, and today I'm back here at Legoland Windsor for my first visit to 2025. It's February half time and the park is open. We got pretty much a full ride offering, which is fantastic. There's a few rides that are closed and they don't open for another couple weeks. However, they'll be reopening from the main start of the season. Of course, this isn't really the main season. This is the February half time event, but it is open throughout most of February and also most days in March as well. There are a few closed days in March, and then the main proper season officially starts on the 13th of March, which is when there'll be like a full ride offering. But most stuff is open today. The main thing that's closed today is Minifigure Speedway, so I won't be getting on that today. However, there are still lots of other rides to go and get on. Fly to the Skyline's open, Haunted House Monster Party, Deep Sea Adventure is back as well after spending over a year closed, so I'll go for a ride on there today. So let's head into the park and go on some rides. Here we go, so we got a bit of refurbishment going on here in Miniland. Something awesome is coming, it says on that sign over there. And of course we've got London just over here. Miniland is so cool. I mean, I've only been to a couple of Legoland parks, but from all the Minilands that I've seen videos and photos of around the world, they all look incredible. The one in Dubai is absolutely incredible though. Like some of the models in there are massive. Like you look at some of the biggest models here and they're pretty big, but you go over to Legoland Dubai and this is nothing compared to the size of the models over there. Look at Big Ben over there, that one's really cool. Yay. Battersea Power Station over there. Tower Bridge, the Tower of London. I like this one, the Tower of London looks really cool. So yeah, as you can see over there, Minifigure Speedway, that is closed. Also Sky Rider has been fully removed as well. That closed at the end of last season, so I'll go and have a look at that area later on. But I'm going to start by heading down to Mythica. So as much as Sky Rider was very quickly removed after it closed, it was very quickly taken down and got rid of out of the park. The same can't be said for Viking River Splash. So this closed a couple years ago and it's still standing here, standing but not operating, as a bit of an eyesore. And this is a big plot of land as well right here that they could easily do something big with in this area. I'd love to see a new coaster in this plot of land replace the rapids, maybe a water coaster because they've taken out a water ride, so maybe replace it with a water ride, but at the same time they could do with another coaster, so maybe you could combine the two and make a water coaster, something like Intamin or Mack Rides. Or another option that I was thinking would be a great fit here would be a B&M family inverted coaster like the one that they're currently building at Legoland Shanghai. Something like that would be really cool here, something a bit more thrilling than the other roller coasters they've got, not like over the top thrilling like something you'd see at Thorpe Park. However, something a bit more thrilling, maybe even something with an inversion. Of course, there is a Legoland park that has a coaster with an inversion. That's Legoland Germany. They've got their B&M Wing coaster that does have inversions. So I'd love to see a coaster with inversions here. That would be really cool. Maybe a B&M family invert. Do one of the family style ones, but maybe put an inversion on there. Who knows? Maybe something else by B&M. They could do something else. Maybe something like Penguin Track, one of those family multi-launch coasters. That would be a good fit here. They don't have a launch coaster here, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with this area, but I definitely think this will be the next area that they turn their attention to in terms of something new. Here's another ride that's still having some maintenance. You can see that some of the gondolas are missing on there. So yeah, most rides are open for the February half-term event. However, there are a few small things that aren't open. Minifigure Speedway is the big thing that isn't open. However, that's not the end of the world. There's lots of other rides here. There's also currently work going on to refurbish the Legoland Railway here. There's actually going to be some new models getting put around the circuit, so that'll be interesting. You see lots of different planting going on there, and also your routine winter maintenance as well. But yeah, there's going to be some new kind of Lego sets around here to have a look at, which will be nice. So Autumn's Riding Adventure is closed. The Zamperla Disco just here. Not too fussed about that. These aren't my favourite flat rides. However, I have had some funny memories on this one. I've had some funny rides on this.
Some of the prices.
And then of course you've also got the big stage just over here, the big arena, where they put on some really good shows. However, from what it sounds like, there aren't going to be any shows around here this year. Of course, last year they had the Legend of the like Captain Redbeard and the Legend of the Golden Cutlass. They do a show for Halloween over here. They have the Monster Jam show. They sometimes do something for Christmas around here as well. And no matter what season it is or what show's on, they always do a fantastic job with the shows around here. There's loads of different water effects and fountains and pyro. They get jet skis out sometimes. When it's the summertime, then they'll have all the characters jumping off the lighthouse just there. However, yeah, from what it sounds like, there's not going to be any shows here this year, which is a massive shame. It does sound like they're going to be doing they're going to be outsourcing a lot of entertainment for this year. Of course, there's been a lot of talk recently about Merlin making a lot of cuts to entertainment. A lot of the entertainment's team have been losing their jobs, which is really sad because, of course, they're trying to save money. They're in a bit of a bad financial situation at the moment. So from what it sounds like, in terms of entertainment this year, it sounds likely that they're going to be outsourcing all of their entertainment from other companies rather than doing it from inside, from using their actual entertainment's team. I don't know if there's going to be something going on over here. A member of staff did say there's going to be no pirate show this year. As well as that, there's apparently going to be no puppet show or anything this year either. So we'll just have to see what happens. Well, it's very busy down here at Fly to the Sky Lion. Does that say 85 minutes on there? I think that just... If it does say 85 minutes, I'm not going to queue that long. Oh, it's 55. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll queue 55 for this. It's a fantastic ride. So the ride's just gone down. Luckily, I've only been standing in that queue for about 2 minutes. There we go, first Merlin attraction I've tried to ride in 2025, and it's gone down. It's a good start. It's definitely a good start for ride availability at these Merlin parks this year. Yeah, hopefully we are going to see an improvement from the ride availability than 2024. Surely it can't get much worse than how ride availability was last year. But instead, I think I'm going to go over to Deep Sea Adventure because that spent the whole of 2024 closed for refurbishment, and it has recently reopened a couple weeks ago with some new Lego sets to have a look at. And yeah, I really like this ride, going through, seeing all the fish. It is a really nice ride, so let's go and have a look and see what they've done to it. So here we go, 30-minute advertised queue for Deep Sea Adventure. It's nice to see this ride back.
Keep an eye open for lurking sharks.
Don't forget about the cow-nosed stingrays. They're pretty cool too. They swim in groups and use their wings to kick off the sand and find sharks.
So they've done a great job with the refurbishment of Deep Sea Adventure there. So of course, starting off by going into the queue line, lots of things in there have been repainted. There's lots of new things to see, lots of new theming pieces. It looks really fresh in there. I'm really happy with how that looks. It looks like a new ride with how fresh it looks. It looks absolutely fantastic in there. They've added lots in there. Of course, you've got all the rock work in there, the different Lego minifigures, all the different things on the walls, the lighting. It looks absolutely fantastic in there. You then get on the ride. There's a few new Lego models on there as well, which look really good. And then, of course, you've got all the fish. There's not loads of changes actually on the ride itself. I feel like most of the changes were maybe in the queue line, and then also a little bit scattered throughout the ride experience. However, yeah, it's a great ride. I really do enjoy it. It's one of my favourite rides here at Legoland Windsor. Going around seeing all the fish, all the minifigures on there as well, the divers. It's a fantastic ride. One thing though, it did make me remember, I had forgotten how short it was. It's a really short ride. I do wish it went on for longer. I mean, it was longer for us because we stopped a couple of times. Of course, it's a continuously moving ride system. However, if they need to stop the ride for whatever reason, then they can. There was a couple of points where we stopped on there, so we were on there for a little bit longer. However, it's a pretty short ride on there. I do wish it was longer, but what they've done with it, with the refurbishment and all of the painting and cleaning up they've done in there, it looks really good. So I just had a ride on Haunted House Monster Party, the Vekoma Madhouse here at Legoland. It's a great ride. I really enjoyed that. The theming's really good. The story's great. The soundtrack in there's amazing as well. I'll tell you what though, as they've just done their refurb of Deep Sea Adventure, I'd love to see them go to that and do a refurb of that, because the outside of that it's in a bit of a state, to be honest. A lot of paint's flaking off. There's lots of stuff like growing on it, like loads of different moss and stuff that's growing on the facade. And I literally noticed one of the windows as well is covered in bird poo as well. So that really needs to clean up because it is in a right state, the facade. The inside still looks great, like all the theming in there is really good. However, I'd love to see them give the exterior a bit of a paint up again and maybe sort the rest of the facade out as well, because you've got the amazing facade at the front, but then you can see the big warehouse at the back, which looks really ugly. So it'd be nice to see them cover that up somehow, like maybe I don't know, even just paint it up to make it still look like the house goes further back or something, because it's just a big black shipping container that you can see that doesn't look great, to be honest. But other than that, it's a really good ride. I do really enjoy it. I'm going to go over to Mythica now because Flight of the Skyline is back open, so I'm going to go for a ride on there, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on this. So Flight of the Skyline has gone down again. Don't know what's going on with that. The park's been open for a couple hours and it's already gone down twice, which is not a particularly good showing, I'll be honest. However, hopefully it'll be back open later and I will get my ride on it at last. But there we go, closed again for the second time today. Don't know where I'm going to go now. So third time lucky there. I did get a ride on Flight of the Skyline there. It was great to get back on that ride. It is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. It's so immersive, so well done. The soundtrack in there is amazing. I love the screen quality, the storyline of it. It is absolutely incredible. I must have been on it about 30 times now and I still love it just as much as I did when I went on it for the first time. Of course I know what to expect with it now, whereas when you're going on it for the first time, it's a really magical experience. Not knowing what's going to come and just seeing it all for the first time is very overwhelming on your first ride. Once you start to do it a few more times, then you don't really get that overwhelming feeling as much because you know what's going on, and sometimes you start to notice different things that you didn't even notice the first time. So you go on it once and there's so much to take in, then you start to go on it more times and you notice other little things that you didn't notice the time before. It's a fantastic ride. I love it to bits. It was a great addition here to Legoland in 2021. It's definitely my favourite ride here. And there's a look at Minifigure Speedway over there. Yeah, this isn't open for the Brick Days event, and then of course you've got Duplo Dino coaster here, the smallest coaster in the park, which is open, as you can see. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's loads going on at Minifigure Speedway today. I was hoping that maybe over the closed season they were gonna maybe landscape it a bit better, because of course when this first opened it still looked very much like a construction site, and it doesn't look like there's been loads of landscaping going on over there. I mean, this has been closed for quite a while. Of course, this has been its first winter season here at the park, with it only opening last year, so yeah, probably needs a bit more extra maintenance than some of the older rides do, with this being its first winter. Lots of work will be going on. I believe this was closed, this closed early in the 2024 season as well. I think this definitely, I don't think it was open during Christmas, and yeah, I think it might have closed just after Halloween maybe, so it's been closed for a while to have its maintenance. So yeah, and it'll be back on the 13th of March. And here used to be the station for Skyrider, which is of course now closed, and that's all that's left of it, as you can see just there. You can see a little bit of it there. So yeah, you used to queue out here, you'd get on there, and then it would take you for a little lap just kind of around here, closer up towards Minifigure Speedway and over Miniland. It was a short ride, however, it was nice to have it here, and it was more capacity at this park, which is something that this park does need. I mean, this park is the busiest theme park in the UK, so they need as many attractions as they can get, really. And on days like this as well, where there's quite a few rides closed, it makes it so the other rides are a lot busier. It's like some of the queues today are really busy. It's like if you had Minifigure Speedway open, that would be taking a lot of the queues away from other rides like Flight of the Skyline and the Dragon. But yeah, you can even see like where all the posts used to go in for the queue into the ground, just here, and then you'd go up that staircase and get onto the ride. But as you can see, there's nothing left of it. So the Jolly Rocker is also closed here. Yeah, I assume this one is also opening on March the 13th. That seems to be when the main season starts and all the rides will be operational, but for now... Oh, hey, there's operators over there. Yeah, there are operators in the booth. I wonder if they're doing some testing. Yeah, there you go. You can see there's all different bags on the seats just over there. Like they must have filled those up with something to simulate the weight of riders so they can test it. So there we go. I'm going to head over into Knight's Kingdom now. So since the last clip, I had a couple more rides on Flight to the Skyline, which were fantastic. One of them pretty much right bang in the middle as well, which is fantastic. The middle is definitely the best place on this. So if you can get the middle, then I'd definitely recommend it. It's much more immersive over there. Instead of being on the top level where you can see the top of the screen, or right on the end where you're right at the edge of the screen, it's right better being right in the middle of the screen, being able to see everything around you. So it's pretty much closing time. So the park closes in about 30 minutes. I'm going to go now though because it's busy here today, and to be honest I was planning on going a bit earlier. However, I wanted to have more rides on Flight of the Skyline, so I did stay, but it has been busy today. But I've been on all the rides I wanted to go on. Of course there's still a few rides that are closed, like Minifigure Speedway. If that was open I would have done that. If that was also open then it would have probably meant some of the other rides were less busy, like the Dragon. I would have done that, but that's had about an hour's queue pretty much all day, and I'm not willing to queue that long for it. So instead I'm just going to go now, and yeah, I'll be back at some point, probably in the summer, to come and get back on the rides that weren't open today, see what's going on in terms of entertainment, see if there is anything going on, or if there's just going to be nothing around this year, but we'll see what happens. But that's pretty much the end of this vlog here now. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly, and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe everyone, and I'll see you all later. Bye.